Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for February 15th through the 21st of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, so Sagittarius, this week we've got 3 planets changing sign right off the bat on Monday. We've got the Sun and Mercury shifting sign, followed by Venus on Thursday shifting sign as well. So a lot of the same energy that we have been feeling. Things are certainly shifting and pivoting into a new direction. So for you personally, this is going to be where there has been, I think, a lot of transformation and change with yourself, which has been that Venus and Mercury going over Pluto. These past couple weeks, there's been a lot of transformation with yourself, maybe your self-image, your goals, your self-assertiveness, confidence, these kinds of things. But now things are going to continue to cultivate with the values in your life, which is quite good. You're going to have Mercury going into that second house where you've had the Sun. This is all part of this lunar cycle of these values of that second house for you where you had the last new moon. So it's just really good to continue to work on and integrate any new insights that you had since last week in terms of where you can cultivate your values in life, where you can enjoy the simple pleasures, be grateful for what you have, maybe even cultivate the financial or material aspects of life so you can have more material security in that sense. It's a really good time for that, and in the next 6 months you're going to have a full moon here, so it's good to continue to expand and grow on that, especially in this short-term lunar cycle. Now, along with that, the Sun is going to be shifting. It's going to be going into your 3rd house, so there's this new focus in terms of, I think, the more social or communicative aspects of things this week. And this perhaps has been an area of uncertainty or doubt, which has been Neptune in that 3rd, maybe even an area of healing for you for about the past, roughly 4 or 5 years with Chiron here. But whatever it's been, and at least in the short term, it's an excellent time for you to express your ideas, maybe do some reading, some writing, some communicating, these kinds of 3rd house things. And I think that'll be a good source of energy, a good source of prana for you. And I think you'll just naturally be focused on that stuff anyways. And that's going to be the area of new beginnings for you next month. And it kind of segues and leads the way into that this week. Now, like I said, Mercury is going into that 2nd, so in terms of your values in life, it could be a bit more practical in that sense. So it's a good time to really think about and cultivate your values, material or otherwise. And then later in the week, Venus will join up with Mercury in that 2nd house, so you could enjoy it. In fact, Venus in the 2nd house is a good domain for Venus to be in, at least in house position and in sign position, actually, for that matter. So it could be quite good for enjoying the simple pleasures, enjoying the easygoingness of the good meal, the relaxation, and anything else you might consider a value of yours. Now, as we go into this early part of the week, we do have just one major aspect going on. Mars is going to be sextiling up to the North Node, which is very familiar energy because Mars has already been sextiling up to Jupiter this previous weekend leading into it. So this is about these new shifts and changes which are happening for you to connect to more of the philosophical aspects of life in terms of learning more about your life path, your worldview, what is life about, maybe tapping into that adventurous spirit. But a lot of that is introverted and reflective right now with Jupiter retrograde, so it's good to have that internalized nature to it. But still, I think Tuesday and Wednesday in particular is great to tap into that adventurous spirit, maybe read, write in terms of the philosophical sense, maybe get some nature or whatever else you might feel like, expand your mind, body, or soul in that sense. Now, vice versa, Jupiter is going to be supporting that Mars. So I think lately you have been perhaps quite assertive, maybe with the organizations that you're a part of, if you are part of any communities, maybe just asserting and really moving towards your ideals in life, which is that 11th house. So that's great to continue with. And I think, like I said, Jupiter in harmonious aspect to that can support it. It's not really a given with the sextiles, but it's an opening for that. And especially with Jupiter being your ruler, I think you guys will just probably be more motivated, more driven, maybe more assertive, probably as you have been feeling from this previous weekend. Now, Mars also does rule your 5th house of self-expression, so that could be another opportunity and a good flow for you this early part of the week, as well as maybe getting some of that rest and relaxation, which has been a good area of groundedness for you with Saturn in that 12th. Now, Thursday, Venus goes into that 2nd, and then Jupiter starts to oppose up to Chiron, which is going to be going into next week. I don't think this is going to be a major aspect, but something to consider in terms of what you're healing, because first of all, Jupiter's your ruler, so this does make it quite personal in that sense. You guys have been going through a healing process since the tail end of last year, which is the last time we had this aspect. So Jupiter's retrograde, you guys I think are more internal, more reflective right now, which is really good. But as we go into next week, really see where you can do some healing, specifically with what's possible in life. You know, this is what the ninth house is all about, specifically with your identity, who you are, your goals, these kinds of things, your confidence levels, just being open to learning more about yourself and really balancing the possibilities with what's practical. You know, again, you have all this energy down here in your third house, making sure that you are having that faith and trust along the life journey in terms of what's practical, what's real, you know, what can be applied and really integrated. It's also an area of healing for you. And now with the sun, it could be an area of motivation, of inspiration here. So really seeing how you can take perhaps some of these possibilities and really, you know, think about them, conceptualize them, and apply them in the everyday level. Now over the weekend, we are going to have the gibbous phase, which is going to be approaching this full moon next week, which will be in that ninth house of yours. So there are things culminating specifically involving these possibilities, this life path, the adventurous spirit, etc. So if you've been directly involved with anything like that for the past 6 months, early next week, there will be this cultivation of that, but at the very least an awareness of the life path coming in, an awareness of how things are unfolding, what's possible in life, etc., which I think are great areas to cultivate and reflect on over the weekend. All right, Sagittarius, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.